Walk into a US phone store and you'll see shiny displays of Apple, Samsung, and Google phones. Prices stretch past $1,000, and sales staff casually suggest monthly payment plans like it's normal. But then you scroll online or step into a Bangkok or Hong Kong market, and you see a smartphone advertised for under $100. A phone that claims to have all the same features as the latest iPhone. How can that be real? How can a device that costs 1/10 of the American price promise the same performance? The truth is, not all smartphones are created equal, and some of these too-cheap-to-be-true devices hide stories that manufacturers don't want Western buyers to know. Many of these phones are built in the same factories as premium brands. The screens, batteries, and chips often roll down the same assembly lines. But once production ends, not every part goes into a premium product. Some end up in knockoffs, budget clones, or white-label devices sold under mysterious names. Western shoppers are stunned to see phones sold for less than a night in a mid-range hotel. The specs look good on paper, but are they? Consider one device advertised as having a triple camera system, 5G connectivity, and 128 GB of storage, all for under $90. For an American traveler, it feels like you just unlocked a cheat code. But here's the problem. Most of those specs are exaggerated, inflated, or outright lies. That triple camera setup? Often just one working lens with 2 dummy sensors glued on for show. That 128 GB of storage? Usually a small memory chip with hacked software to display a bigger number on screen. And that 5G connectivity? Many of these phones don't even support US bands, leaving American buyers stuck on slow 3G speeds. For tourists shopping in Asia, it feels like a bargain. For Westerners bringing them home, it's a nightmare. But not every cheap phone is fake. Some are legitimate budget models made by smaller companies fighting for market share. Brands like Xiaomi, Realme, and Tecno have built reputations for offering shocking value. Their phones really do cost under $200 while rivaling premium models. So how do they do it? By cutting profit margins razor thin, skipping expensive advertising, and relying on volume sales across Asia and Africa. In America, these brands rarely get shelf space. Carriers push Apple and Samsung because the contracts make more money. So when US travelers encounter them abroad, the prices feel impossible. A full-featured smartphone for less than the cost of a pair of sneakers? The catch is often in the details. Budget phones may look sleek but cut corners in durability, software updates, or battery safety. And that's where the danger lies. Some of these too-cheap-to-be-real smartphones aren't just bad deals, they can be outright hazardous. Reports from US travelers tell of phones that overheated within days, batteries swelling, screens glitching, or chargers sparking in wall outlets. It's not just an inconvenience. In some cases, it's a fire hazard waiting to happen. And yet, for every horror story, there are success stories too. Travelers who brought home a $120 smartphone that worked flawlessly for years. That's the paradox. In the global smartphone market, the line between bargain and scam is razor thin. And unless you know what to look for, it's almost impossible to tell which side you're on. The cheap smartphone boom is fueled by more than just cost cutting. It's also powered by software tricks that deceive buyers. One popular scam is fake Android versions. The phone displays menus that look like Android 13, but underneath it's running a much older version. That means security flaws, compatibility issues, and no access to key apps in the US. Another scam is inflated specs. Buyers are shown fake benchmark scores or doctored system menus to believe they're holding a powerful device. But when you try to run real apps, the phone crawls. Even basic tasks like opening maps or browsing social media can lag endlessly. American travelers often fall victim to this in busy markets. The vendors show flashy demos, but once you've left, the problems begin. And good luck returning the device. Many of these sellers disappear overnight. Even legitimate brands face issues in the US. Many cheap smartphones don't pass FCC approval, meaning they're technically illegal to import. Carriers refuse to activate them, leaving Americans with a sleek but useless device. That doesn't mean every cheap smartphone is junk. Some are genuine gems hidden in plain sight. Take Xiaomi, which shook the industry by offering premium features at half the price. Or Realme, which targets young buyers with low-cost models that feel high-end. These companies survive by scale, selling millions of units in markets where buyers can't afford 1,000 iPhones. But even then, compromises exist. Software updates may stop after a year, cameras may underperform, and repair support in the US is non-existent. The bigger danger is the rise of cloned phones. These aren't budget models. They're counterfeit copies designed to mimic premium devices. They might look identical to an iPhone at first glance, but inside they're filled with the cheapest parts possible. One American traveler bought what he thought was an iPhone 14 in Bangkok. It turned out to be a clone with a basic Android skin, and it stopped working within a week. These clones often prey on tourists who think they're scoring a deal. The reality? They just paid $300 for a phone worth $30 in parts. And yet, the allure is strong. Who wouldn't want a flagship phone at a fraction of the price? That's why the phrase, "too cheap to be real," is so important, because often it really isn't real. For US audiences, the key lesson is this. If you see a phone that seems impossibly cheap, dig deeper. Ask about warranty, updates, and compatibility. Because the cheapest phone isn't always the best deal. Sometimes it's the most expensive mistake. In a society increasingly reliant on technology, one wrong choice can lead to devastating consequences, revealing vulnerabilities hidden beneath the surface of our everyday digital interactions. Loyalty to a single brand can blind us. Ultimately, it's crucial to remain vigilant and informed, recognizing that the devices in our hands contain not just our personal information, but the power to shape our experiences and relationships in ways we may not fully understand. Trust must be earned, not freely given. In a world where conveniences abound, discerning between genuine technology and replicas has never been more crucial as consumers navigate this treacherous landscape of choice. Amidst the confusion, one question looms large. How can you spot the difference? To protect themselves, consumers must arm themselves with knowledge, ensuring they invest wisely in devices that truly enhance their lives rather than falling prey to the allure of low prices and deceptive marketing. In this complex market, awareness is the key to making informed choices. Finding those hidden gems requires a keen eye and an understanding of the nuances. While scammers thrive in the shadows, the truth shines brightly for those who seek it. In the world of treasures hidden and dangers lurking, the pursuit of authenticity becomes an adventure filled with lessons. With determination and vigilance, one can navigate this intricate landscape, ultimately emerging victorious in the quest for genuine value.